All right, let's get started. Today I'm going straight to hell, and I'm going to get out of it. In the meantime, look how nice it is to be in heaven. There's so many precious blocks, and there's absolutely no threats. I feel like I could live here forever.
Well, hello JJ. I'm a messenger from hell, and I've come to bend you over where it's always hot and horrible. You have no right to be in heaven. You've done too many bad things in your short life.
Whoa! That's terrible. He wasn't lying when he said he was going to send me to hell, but how did he do it? I thought demons weren't allowed in heaven. Well, I have a much more important task at hand. I need to get back. And to do that, I need to survey the area. I think we should start with this dungeon.
Hold it right there! This is King Mikey's territory!
Wait, you called yourself Mikey? Oh my god, I'm so lucky. I thought I was gonna have to get out of here alone. But how the hell did you get into hell anyway? And you called yourself king. Are you really that high up here? Tell me more about the whole...
Well, my being here is pretty easy to explain. You're in heaven, so I had to go to hell. And I lied to you about the king. I'm just a demon. I just like to call myself that.
Mikey, I think we have a little problem. I thought those skeletons were dead, but they turned out to be alive. So now they're trying to kill me, and if you wouldn't mind helping me out, looks like he's got his own problems right now. So I'm just gonna have to deal with them myself. Luckily for me, they're not such strong opponents, so it'll take a little time, but I'll take them down. I should also get used to the fact that this isn't paradise, and any weird thing could try to kill me. It's going to be hard to get used to walking on clouds without a care in the world. It's really rough out here.
And who asked you to touch them? Everything was fine until you hit them, but it's good that it's over. Now we can continue our exploration of that dungeon. For all I know, there's a whole lane of challenges underneath it. And if you pass it, you can get some pretty cool stuff. So we should get down there as soon as possible.
Well, let's hurry up and get down there. I'm really curious to see what we can find down there too. In fact, I'm hoping there'll be clues on how to get back from hell to heaven. Because I'm not staying here, I think we can take you back too.
I'm hoping the trials here won't be difficult. What am I talking about though? We're in hell right now, which means they're gonna be hellishly difficult. But don't be afraid to die here, because you'll just wake up in the same place you fell from. After all, you can't go any further than hell.
Here comes the first test, and it's really not that hard. The main problem here is the fans who try to throw you off this narrow rope right into the pit with spikes. But if you stay focused, it's easy.
Let's see what's next. And of course it's parkour, which means this is one of our easiest sections. After all, how many times have we been through something like this? But there's no such thing as falling into lava.
It really was very simple. Now let's move on and see what awaits us. Wow, it's a shooting gallery. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these, but I'm very good at archery, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Apparently you have to hit all 9 buttons to open the passage to the next challenge. This is where it can get a little time-consuming. On the other hand, there aren't that many of them, so I think we can keep up the pace. The most important thing is that you have arrows left. But there were plenty in the chest, so you don't have to worry about that. And to be honest, I was expecting a lot more from hell, although I probably shouldn't say that, because words like that never do you any good.
Don't worry, we'll make it work. After all, we're in the lane together, which means there's no way we're gonna lose. So give me a little time and I'll figure out these buttons too. But they're a lot more complicated than I thought.
But you still handle them with ease, so it's okay.
And that's it. Now the path to the next challenge is open to us. So let's pack up and move on. I wonder what's waiting for us out there. I think we're going to have to show our agility now.
Well, let's just see what happens here. Like you said, it's gonna take our agility and speed, because we're gonna have to get to the other side as fast as we can. And if we slow down or take a wrong step, we're gonna fall in the middle of nowhere.
Now this is where it really gets dangerous. I feel like I have a good chance of falling and exploding. Ow! And how could I have fallen? Now I'm going to be in a lot of pain. I did pass out. That's too bad. Now I don't even know where I am. I have to pull myself together and find a way out of here.
Hey, JJ. You know, I fell too, because I ran right behind you, and I didn't realize there were no blocks underneath me. So it's gonna be a two-way trip. What is this place anyway? I've never seen it before. It looks like some kind of prison, which means someone brought us here.
There's obviously something underneath us. So let's dig down and see what we can find. Look, there's definitely a small amount of resources here, which means we can build ourselves something to get out of here. I'm gonna start mining for resources, so you try and find something too. I think if you look hard enough, you might find some iron, and then we can make ourselves a pickaxe. Right now, it'll be the easiest way out of prison.
You're right. We don't have any other choice yet. And at least now we'll have something to defend ourselves with. Although I'd certainly like to build dynamite. But there's no way in hell we're gonna find resources like sand and gunpowder. So we have to make do with what we have. And now that we're all set, let's get out of here. Who knows? Maybe we'll have an inspector coming soon. And then we won't be able to escape because he'll take everything away from us.
But so far, things are going according to plan. So let's move on.
I hate to break it to you, but it looks like we're gonna have a hard time getting out. Because there's a boss room waiting for us next. Who'd have thought they'd put him so close to the prison? I can see why no one's escaped yet.
But I found some very powerful sword here, and I understand it does extra damage to skeletons. So chances are, we're still working on a clear plan. You keep him distracted, and I'll try to take as many hits as I can. He may be big, but he shouldn't have much health. So we should be able to kill him pretty quickly. The most important thing is to stick to the plan. It's so hard to live in hell. There's danger at every turn.
That's it. We were able to beat him, which means now we can get the lever that's gonna get us out of this place. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this easy. Probably because of that sword. I feel like it's got a lot of damage. Just don't throw it away, because I have a feeling we're gonna need it. In the meantime, we can take a little breather, because I don't think there's gonna be any more monsters around here.
You're right. A boss like that doesn't need any help, so he'd just kill them all. Well, that's it. Now it's time for us to open that door, and I've already seen that there's a lot of gold hidden behind it. Who knows? Maybe if we collect it all, we can really be kings here. So grab a pickaxe and collect everything you see. It seems to me that in this room, even the most common items will be worth a lot of money. We'll just have to find a vendor who can buy them from us. But I think you already know the best places to sell them.
Of course I do. I've been in hell a lot longer than you have. And in that time, I've learned how things work. I have a friend in the fortress. I think he'd be very interested in these items. So when we're done collecting them, we can go straight to him. I think he should still be there at this time. And then just imagine how much money we'll have.
Mikey, look out! Something's coming up behind you. Have we summoned a secret boss? That's the only thing that makes it sound so good. I feel like I'm back in heaven. Wait, is that a messenger from heaven?
JJ and Mikey, I need your help. In this situation, you two are the only ones who can help save Paradise from destruction.
Look, JJ, we went to heaven. I can't believe it was that easy. But they had an angel come down to hell to visit us? I didn't think that was possible. And let's hurry up and get to the temple. Because like that angel said, that's where we need to go. Looks like we're gonna have to work really hard to get this place back to normal. But it's better than being in paradise all the time. It's all so nice and bright.
But what are we supposed to do next? Although I think I figured it out. There are places to put things, which means you and I have to walk through the clouds and collect artifacts, and then put them all over the room. And then we should be able to open up the passage from here. So do your best and watch your step, because they can be very small. There's a very good chance of missing something, and that's going to waste more time.
I think we've got it all together. All that's left is this thing, which means we can go back to the temple and open the doorway. But how do you know where to put it? Although I don't think placement makes a difference. So let's just hope the door opens on its own. And we should have just put it all back inside the room. I wonder what's next. If there's a fight, we're at a disadvantage. Although where in heaven are the adversaries?
Well, it won't be long before we know the answers to our questions. And look, the doorway finally opened. That means I did everything right. Let's go down carefully. There's a reason the angel took us from hell. There's a very strange safe in here. How are we supposed to open it? We don't have anything.
I think it's already open. So just pull it. See, just as I thought, someone opened it before us. Now where do we go? I mean, I know it's straight ahead, but it's a trial run. I didn't think there was anything like this in heaven. And the first trial looks a lot harder than anything we've been through in hell. It's really weird. Does heaven have secrets that no one knows about? But since there's no other way, this is the way we have to go.
We need to get out of this room as fast as we can, because if we do, we could die. This test is very hard to pass, and even with angelic protection, you have to endure the pain.
There's a very strange room in front of us. I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing in it. Look, there are buttons everywhere, and I'm guessing that one of them will open up a passage further down. Although we may have to enter a whole combination. I think that angel should have prepared us properly for our descent into this temple, because I don't really know what to do here. but we just have to try and hope that something works.
I did it! The path is now open. Let's go quickly. Wait, this can't be happening. Mikey, there's skeletons. I thought there couldn't be skeletons in heaven. Oh, that's awful. And we don't have any weapons to deal with them. I hate to admit it, but we're gonna have to go back to the last room because we need a plan to defeat them.
We need to find a weapon as soon as possible. JJ, look up. There's 2 swords right there. They're not very cool, but they're better than nothing. Now we can defeat those skeletons. And I think there's a lot more than just the 2 of them. So be ready to fight back. I'll cover you. We need to finish them off and move on. Although I'm willing to take a little longer, because we don't know if we're gonna go to hell when we're done here.
I don't think the angels will treat us so badly after we save them. They're not monsters. Look, it looks like our least favorite challenge is about to begin. And I'm already realizing this is where we're gonna spend most of our time, because none of us can draw properly. Mikey, see if you can find a secret passage. There's gotta be one somewhere, because the creators of this place obviously didn't go through all the trouble to just get to a certain place. In the meantime, I'm gonna start drawing. It's a real mess with all these complicated drawings. I don't know if we're gonna get all this done by tomorrow.
You know, at least we're lucky to have one figure to draw, so maybe we can make it quick. I just hope we don't have to fight any more monsters. They take up a lot of our time, too. So how's it going in there? Pretty good, I see. Just don't let anything distract you. If there's a problem or a threat, I'll take care of it. Except it's been pretty quiet around here so far. I'd even say it's suspicious.
It's done. I think this drawing will be accepted, which means we can move on, but it can't be. There's skeletons again. Mikey, we gotta kill them quick. I don't think there's as many of them as there were last time, so you can swing your sword. I'll cover for you too. I'm done with the drawing anyway, so I don't have much to do.
Look, now we have to draw again, except this time there's 2 drawings. And that's too bad. If we go any further, do we have to do 3 drawings? It's like that angel is just messing with us. That can't be true, because they're all about goodness and hope, which means there's some kind of important mission here. Except we've been walking around for a long time, but we haven't found a single clue. Although I think we can make the skeletons look suspicious. I really want to believe that there won't be that skeleton boss waiting for us at the end, because without that sword, we have no chance of winning.
That's definitely not going to happen here. And by the way, look how much better I'm getting. It seems to me that the more I draw, the easier it is for me to make new drawings. Who knows, maybe very soon I'll become a professional in this business too. In that case, you'll have to catch up, because I can't be good at everything alone, but I know you can be good at it too.
Well, that's it. I finished my drawing too, which means we can move on. What's out there? I was expecting a lot of things, but not this. It's just a room with stairs. After everything we've been through, the creators didn't really think through the difficulty between trials, because it's very simple. You go up the stairs and then jump down. It's basically just strength, and not much of it, so we'll be up and running in no time.
It seems like we're going to go through everything faster now, because the next challenge is also very easy. All we have to do is crawl under the barrier.
Let's not waste time and get to it, because after this trial, it's not as easy as we're making it out to be. I'm gonna assume it's parkour, and this is not my favorite challenge, because I fall down a lot because I'm so inattentive. There's lava poured down there too. The most important thing is not to set yourself on fire, because I'm sure it's gonna hurt a lot. But there's no turning back, so I'm gonna do it. It's too bad we can't just fly across the place.
Just don't look down and you'll be fine. Come on, Mikey, you can do it. Just do it. See, like I said, it's not that hard, and I take it we've successfully completed all the tasks, which means it's time to tackle the final room. Even from the looks of it, it's very different from anything that's come before. And so far, I have no idea what we're supposed to do here. But one thing's for sure, we need to put something back together and rebuild. Because there are blocks of lightstone everywhere. It seems like this is where we can make the portal.
Let's put these blocks together then. We'll get through this much faster that way. And by the way, let's say we can get the portal up and running. But what happens then? I'm a little confused about where it's supposed to take us. And I think that angel was talking about some kind of threat or trouble. And he just ends up sending us to fix the portal? That's kind of weird. I feel like he hired us as laborers. And he didn't even pay us. But I guess it won't be long before we find out what this thing is and what it can do.
Well, it seems like a very important portal to me. And who would have thought it would be so difficult to repair? I don't know who destroyed it, but it was a very powerful creature. Because the light blocks are scattered all over the room. So you have to keep running after them. I don't know what's harder, the parkour we just did or this mission. But even here, we're just finishing up, so we'll have to figure out how to activate it later. Although I think it should work on its own. It's all so magical in here.
Well, here we go. Only nothing's happening. But wait, the magic's starting. You were right, JJ. It did start working on its own. And I think we should go inside him. I don't want to go through the ordeal again.
Look, Mikey, I just can't believe my eyes. We're in a normal world right now. This is so great. I thought we'd be trapped in heaven or hell forever. I thought that portal led to the mortal world. And by the way, it's really cold in here. We must have been thrown right into the mountains. So let's go find a place to hide.
I think this is the house we can hide in. It looks really old, so I don't think anyone lives here. So we can use it however we want, as long as we have something to keep us warm. Because my feet are starting to get cold. Who knew they'd send us out in this cold? I wish this portal had sent us to the beach or the city. Although people would probably be very surprised that two people appeared out of thin air.
That would be really weird. But look, I can find coal here, which means we can keep warm. Except there's no wood. So I'm using a workbench instead. It's made of wood too, so it should burn well.
So much has happened. First you were thrown into hell and we tried to get out. We even killed the boss. Then an angel flew in and sent us to heaven. And that's where we were tested. And now we're here on Earth.
You know, the important thing is that we're alive and we're okay. At least it was a good adventure.